Hey guys, it's Talia. Today is Monday, July the 18th, and today's video is not going to be much involved, just some whips, a couple of new starts, one I'm not crazy about, one that I absolutely love, and I thought I would tack on Jessie Marie's behind the scenes tag, and there's an addendum question that was put out, that was added by a lady named Rockin Raven, who I just discovered after doing that tag. I heard a couple people mention her, and went and checked her out, subscribed to her, and I will put her question at the end of it as well. Sorry it's been a couple of weeks since I did a video. Like I said in my last video, I've kind of been going through a funk, and I've been thinking about it, and I can kind of attribute that to two major factors. One being, I've been getting less stitchy time. With it being back to school season, and I'm still mostly working alone during the week. As you know, I have Mondays off. And so Tuesday through Thursday, I'm by myself. Well, and Sunday, for the most part. Yeah. And, well, it's not busy enough that I need a second person, but it's been a tiny bit busier than normal, which means I'm not getting as much done. Because I still have my job duties to worry about. I still have to, kind of watch over the customers and make sure they don't need anything, and help. Sometimes I need to help them out as far as picking out stuff and actual merchandise that needs to be put out sometimes. But that's one reason. The second thing probably has to do with the fact that I haven't really been able to buy stitchy stuff lately, because my budget has been extremely tight, tighter than normal, and when not being able to buy anything new, you don't get that excitement with new stuff and new pretties, and like, ooh, I love this fabric, click buy. Then you have something new, like, ooh, what can I put this on? What can I put on this? Or a pattern, say, ooh, I want to stitch that. You don't get that. Sorry. Listy hasn't been much help, because there hasn't really been anything on there that I like, that I care to buy or win. There was a listing. It was a lot. Technically, a lot is actually short for allotment, which means a group of things in one. So I won a lot of. There's some pattern, there's some fabric, there's a couple of hoops in there, I think, some project cards, a little bit of this and that. So, and it was very, very cheap, very, very, very cheap, especially considering there's some really gorgeous, there's some really nice patterns in there, and I'll show you when they come in. But that's been the only help. So not being able to buy anything has hurt as well. So I'm trying to work my way out of it. I think I'm going to try to order the fabric for to do my TARDIS on, and that it's going to be about $25, something like that, because I needed kind of a bigger piece. I'm still going back and forth on whether or not I want to do it on 16 count or 18 count, because it just depends on the size that I want to make it. but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And I will tell you all about it then, when we get to it. So, let me go ahead and get into my whips that I worked on this week. A couple of new starts. A couple of things that I haven't worked on in a while. So, and then I will do Jessie Marie's tag at the end. Sorry. Yeah, it's like not very hot anymore, so I'm taking very long sips of it. Okay. I'm gonna do this in no particular order. I'm gonna try to do it in order, but I can't remember what I worked on when. So I guess we'll start with Pokemon, since I actually worked on this one the most this week. I actually worked on several days. I'll try to insert a picture of where it was last time. And then I don't even need to do the whole thing out. This is where it is today. This is where I'm at today. As you can see, I got a lot done on this guy, and I did learn his name. All you Pokemon players probably already know I'm not a Pokemon player, and no, I'm not playing Pokemon Go. I don't understand that whole fad right now. This guy, for those non-Pokemon people, his name is Ho-Oh. It's spelled Ho-O-H. Ho-Oh. He's a bird. I really, I filled in all of this. That's a lot of red. And there's more down here, too. I just didn't get there. This is actually, his head is down here. This, I'm trying to think. I don't know. His head's down here somewhere. I guess you'll see in the next video. But that's how far I got on him. And just coming right along. I worked on him, on this one, a couple of days. I think I worked on him about 3 days, maybe? 3 different days over the last couple weeks, maybe more. 3 or 4 days, something like that. Yeah, my memory is terrible. I can't remember days to save my life. That's that one. The second one I worked on, trying to remember here. Yeah, this is in no particular order. The second one I would like to show you guys is my Ice Cream Ladies. This is the pattern by Soda Stitch. Aren't they adorable? They're even more adorable in person. Because I ordered this and I thought they were so cute. But then I started, even after I started working on this one, which I'm doing the one in the middle. That's the one I started on, obviously. She's in the middle. And even after I started working on her, I thought, this pattern's okay. It's cute. But it's not just scream at you adorable. I've since changed my mind on that. I love this pattern. I love this pattern again. And let me show you. I will show you where I was at last time you saw it. But it's not going to matter because you're going to notice a big difference. I actually have, let's see if I can get this. trying to do it off screen so y'all can't see it. Guess I should have did a little bit more prep work, huh? Okay, maybe this will work. Yeah. So here is a finished strawberry. Isn't she adorable? She's adorable. I finally got around to finishing everything. I don't even remember what all I did after I showed you guys, but she's finished. And then the next one I'm going to start working on is going to be the blueberry. I think it's blueberry. No, it's cookie to her left, which is the one I'm most concerned about because it's mostly blue. It's blue and white with some brown in it. So here's where she's at. She is finished. She's so cute. I do remember, like, I did finish up the green up here on the strawberry, and then the back stitching. I'm trying to remember what all I did on her. Finished up the greenery, finished up these blues in the banner, and did the strawberries here, and then this banner. This banner gave me hell. And you wanna know why the banner gave me hell? Because the first time I did it, when y'all saw it last time, it was actually incorrect. I had gone out too many stitches on the white. I had gone out too many stitches on this side, right here. And I didn't notice it until I started working on it again. And at first, I said, well, I don't want to unpick all that because I would have to unpick about 3 rows to correct the mistake that I made, because I had gone out too far and then continued out to that point on the following rows, which was incorrect. I would have needed to unpick several rows to fix that, to get back to the original first row that I went too far out on. And so I thought, I don't feel like unpicking all that. I'll just continue on that row, on that line, and just kind of fudge it. And I had stopped for the day on that. I had did some more up here, and I had stopped for the day. Oh yeah, and I did. Obviously, I think I had finished out. I only had part of the dark and medium and light pinks, because there's the medium pink, and then there's the light pink, and then there's white. I had only did part of it, like on this side, and I finished the rest of the lighter pink and the white, the rest of the way around. And I actually had to redo the top part of this as well, but I'll tell you about that. But I had gone out too far, and I had stopped for the day, and I came back the next day, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fix this, I'm gonna make it right. So I unpicked everything that I had done even the previous day, because I had finished off this. I had done these 2 white on the side, and I had done this, finished off the white here. And I thought, screw it, I'm gonna make it right. I don't like things being messed up. So I completely undid everything, even this part over here on this side, which I didn't need to frog out. It was right, but for some reason I had already unpicked the tail out of the back, so I was like, I can't leave that. You know, it'll come unraveled if I leave it, and it was too short for me to tuck back in. So I was like, screw it, I'll frog it out too, and I'll just do everything under one. So I went back and I stitched it. The first time I stitched it, I did leave this one little space right here. I did leave that. There's like kind of a lighter green right there. The first time I did it, I did leave that space. And I had actually done the green in the strawberries, the green stitches. I had already done those too. I went back and unpicked everything. The second time I did the banner, I forgot to leave that space. Yeah, I had forgot to leave that space. And I didn't realize it until I started getting ready to work on the strawberries. I wasn't unpicking it a second time. So you know what I did? Tracy, pay attention. I feel you. What I did, I just stitched over the white stitch. There's a white stitch under there. I just stitched over it in the green. I wasn't unpicking it. I wasn't unpicking it again. Especially since I had already tied everything off. So, and then the top part was off a stitch, I think. It wasn't right. I had done, what was it? I hadn't done enough stitches on this little row right here. I hadn't done enough stitches on one of them. On one part of it. I think it was this top part. Because it kind of like is straight. Dang it. Because it's straight. And then you see this little jut out. And then it's straight again. I hadn't done enough stitches on the second part. And so luckily I hadn't done the rest of this. Like, this was when I first started working on this. I hadn't done enough stitches in the second part, so I had to kind of go back and unpick this. I hadn't done, I'm trying to think what I had done. I was just starting to work on the white. I hadn't got to any other color in this part yet, luckily. So I had to unpick that and redo it, and then I had to unpick this whole top part up here because it was completely thrown off. Luckily, the part over here was correct. Yeah, so I only had to undo this and then redo it, and I had to redo like the medium pink and then follow along, continue along with the white, with the light pink and the white. So yeah, all in all, she's done. That's all you need to know. So when I pick back up on her, I will start working on Cookie. And she is the one I'm most concerned about because the light blue, a lot of what is in her is a light blue. And I'm hoping upon hope that she doesn't get lost in the fabric. That's the back. All messy. Thanks to the back stitching. The back stitching is really what makes it look the messiest. So that's Ice Cream Ladies. Next thing I worked on, which was already an existing whip. Yesterday, I decided I didn't feel like working on anything that was too overly involved. Oh, I spent about 2 or 3 days on Ice Cream Ladies. Yesterday, I didn't feel like doing anything that was too involved. I wanted to keep it simple. And I decided to pull out something that I hadn't worked on in a long time. I actually worked on 2 different things yesterday that I haven't worked on in a long time. I will show you a picture of the psychedelic seahorse last time you saw it. And pretty much, you know, all the other colors were done. all the green was done, all the blue's done, all the purple was done, and all I have left to do is pink. So yesterday I got done a couple of the sections of pink. I finished out the what was along the nose here, and then I did this section and that section. And this was 5 hours, give or take, at work. Sundays are only a 6-hour day, so I spent about 5 hours on this, with customers being interrupted and all that good stuff. So that's why I didn't get much done. So as you can see, this is all I got done within 5 hours. Yeah, it was a little bit busier than normal. Oh yeah, I think this is so cute. This is a Pisces needle minder from Minding My Minders. This thing is so adorable. Turn it in a little bit, because I'm a Pisces. So cute. I love the purple. So that's that one. And it probably won't get worked on again for a while. Again, I work on this occasionally because this is on 14 count Aida and I have sworn off 14 count Aida. But I've actually been kind of having I feel like I want to have a change of heart on that, because I don't want to completely exclude it. 14 count is good for exactly like this, when you want to keep it simple, when you don't want, when you're working on something that's not overly complicated, something that you can stitch on while still giving your brain kind of like a break. So there's some 14 count Aida in that the listing that I won, and I might keep it. The last time I had 14 count Aida, I think I gave it all away. But I don't know. I might give it a second chance. We'll see. And the second thing I worked on, I pulled out last night, and I can only pull this out mostly at home, or sometimes at work if I have my iPad and my phone with me, because it's a digital pattern, because I'm still fighting with my printer, because it won't register. Like, yeah, I can't print it out. It's only 1-page pattern, but I can't print it out. I worked on ludicrous bead last night. Got a good bit done, considering. So I'm gonna try to show you. I'm gonna look and see if I have a picture of it, to show you where I was at last time you saw it. If not, oh well. I'll show you. This is where I'm at now. This is where he's at now. I had done these two, and I think I had done like the top half of the D, the black and the D. And I finished off the D, did the U, did the L, and then I went back and I had started working, and I had started doing the red. So I mean, I think that's pretty good for about 4 hours maybe, because I think I finally put it up about 11, 12, 11:30, something like that. And yeah, coming right along. I might try to get some more done on it today. I don't know. I kind of want to work on something else in particular, which I'm about to show you, and you'll see why. But that's ludicrous bead. It's my favorites. I love it. It's so cute. Now we get into the new starts. last video I did, which was a couple weeks ago, I did make the decision to start something new. And I tried to start, so I can find it, out of this book. We all know it, we all love it, Bewitching Cross Stitch, with designs from Joan Elliott. Where did it go? And this is strictly for just to show you. I started on this one. I started on this one. This is the Chinese Phoenix. Love the pattern. It's so gorgeous. I love this pattern. And I have a special thing about Phoenixes anyway. Hell, I have one tattooed on my back. So, I tried to start that one. For this one, I picked out, it's a 32 count fabric, but it's called a pastel linen. It's white, but it's, I don't know what pastel linen is. It's not a linen, 100% linen. It's a cotton linen blend. I think it's a cotton linen blend, but it has a weird texture to it. I'm gonna show you the whole thing. This is the whole piece. But I will get back down. I will get down to what I actually worked on. This is what I got. That's what I got done. My cute little bear, panda bear needle mounder that I just got. And this is part of the wing. If you can't tell, it's part of the wing. I like the pattern. I still like the pattern. It's this fabric that's throwing me off. It's not difficult to work on, but it has kind of a plasticky sheen on it. It has kind of a plastic. It's not, it's just a weird material. And I'm not digging the fabric. I don't know if I want to work on this more or not. We'll see. I'll think about it. But that's what I got done that day, and I think I did like a few of these light blue stitches on another day, trying to keep up my momentum on it. But yeah, this got a couple of days work. So the first color I picked up was this dark, very, very dark teal. I love this color. I love the colors in this thing. It's so pretty. There's so many bright, vibrant colors in this thing. But that's what I got done on that. Little bear. I love him. He's so cute. And I just recently got him from, is it Nifty Needle Nannies? No. I apologize. I'll have to go back and look at it, and I'll put it down at the bottom. Yeah. Nifty Needle Nannies, I think. If it's not Nifty Needle Nannies, I'll put it down at the bottom. But that was that one. I still like it. I can look at it and love it. But actually working on it, I don't love the fabric. I don't know. It's just weird. It just doesn't feel like a natural fabric. It feels like I said, it has this kind of plasticky coating on it. It's what it feels like. I don't know. Sorry for the slurping. I'm trying to enjoy my coffee before it gets ice cold. I can't stand cold coffee. The last thing I started, I don't know why there's some freaking gnats flying around here. Last thing I started, and if you follow Stitch Mania on Facebook, you probably saw this because YOLO. finally started one of my lavender and laces. Finally. I have about 5 more over there. Don't know when I get around to them. This is Angel of Grace. Isn't she pretty? And I started on her. Started on the skirts. I'm trying to think where I started about. I'm somewhere along here, like in this area. I think I'm working on this row right here. So her skirt is like light pink. White and light pinks. So, yeah, this is a very big piece of fabric. Sorry. And I have a bone to pick with this fabric. So, this is where I got on her. I don't know how much you can tell. That's what I got done on her. That's actually 3 colors. Yeah. There's 3 different colors of pink in there. And I think, yeah. Actually, I think this is the bigger section of her skirt, I think. And hold on. Yeah, this is actually the bigger section of her skirt, kind of where the ribbon goes in between. This is like in this area right here. Yeah. That's where it's at. So that's why I got done on her. This is a 32 count lamb's wool linen. And those of us who are more experienced, if you've worked on lamb's wool linen before, you know it's freaking stiff as hell. Stiff. Like, oh my god. Like, WTF, are you kidding me stiff? It's worse than Aida. It's like, it's the stiffness of cheap Aida. And I love this pattern. I'm still continuing to work on it, but this fabric is annoying me to all get out. But I'm going to push through. I'm still going to do this. Because I love the pattern. I love working on her. She's so fun to work on. So, yeah, that's her. And then you see my angel needle minder again. Which, y'all have seen her on other projects in the past. She was just most recently on my Love and Faithfulness that I finished up a few weeks ago. So, that's her. This is the one that I want to work on today. The one that I said I wanted to work on today. So she will probably get some work done on her. I might leave her out. It's very hard to put her in... It's hard to put her in a Q-snap because it won't tighten. This stuff is so stiff, it won't tighten. Unless I can try to like double... I don't know. I'll have to manipulate it somehow. Sorry. There is... What is it? There's no beads in this. The only thing, there's a little bit of metallic, but not much. Let's see if I can find where it's at. It's a star symbol. A dark star symbol. I'm not seeing very much metallic at all. Oh, I see it now. The metallic is actually in the top part of her dress. Make sure there's nowhere else. Just a little bit along the bottom of her skirts. Yeah. Okay. So, if you've never seen a lavender and lace folded this is how they come. Yeah. So let me go back and show you. There's a little bit of metallic. It says DMC metallic. It just says metallic gold. But after Save the Stitches, I'm not doing DMC metallic gold anymore. I'm not doing DMC metallic at all anymore. I'll look for some Krennic or for some Petite Treasure braid. I have some Krennic. I might see if I can match something up. But generally, it's going to be hard to say this. The metallic gold is in this little part of her collar right here. And then the trim, like in the bottoms of her skirt right there. There's like a line in the bottom of her skirt is metallic. So, it's not a crazy amount. And then actually, like, there's some, like, her little buttons. The top part of her collar there, and I don't know if you can even see this, but there's, like, some of the little buttons in the bodice part. Give or take. And then her little halo around the top. There's a halo. There's, like, a couple of stitches. Can't even see it, really. But that's the metallic gold, and that's the only thing. It's only the metallic gold in there. There's no other Krennics, no beads, anything like that. Sorry, I'm trying to pull this back up here. Sorry, I was looking at something. I thought I saw a crease line, but I didn't. So that's all I worked on this week, and I'm over 30 minutes just talking about that. That's what happens when you ramble too much, and I always have stuff to say about the things that I work on. So that's why y'all love me, right? So now I get into everything else. If I had haul, I would do haul. I don't have any haul this week. Sorry. Hopefully next video, because hopefully this week I'll get in my Listia win. But I'm also actually, I just got I get other stuff in there too. I got a printer cable from there too. Because if I can't connect to my printer wirelessly, I'm just gonna have to like straight put a wire it up, and like if I ever need to print something out, then I'll just connect the wire to my laptop. This is why we can't have blinds in this house, because she likes to go through them. Anyway, Jessie Marie's behind the scenes tag. Thought I would do that. Hope maybe I can actually pull this up now. Okay. She did a tag a couple weeks ago. Maybe about a week or so ago, a week and a half ago. And of course I'll link it, I'll put it in the description down at the bottom. I'll link it. And sorry. My leg was cramping up. Okay. So, thought I would do her tag. I ramble on entirely too much about nonsense. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So I have it on my phone. So the first question is actually an optional kind of show and tell question. It says, take a picture of your setup for recording and insert it if you can. I will insert a picture of my setup here. As you can see, it's not much. And it actually depends on how prepared I am. And I have my laptop usually sitting on a box. But I find that when I move around too much, yes, there is stuff in the box, but it's not like crazy heavy. When I move around too much, it does shake. So that's why I don't like the setup. Sometimes, I'll be like, I really, screw it. I don't even feel like going through all that setup. And I'll have my laptop, I'll be sitting in bed and I'll have my legs kind of outstretched in front of me and I'll have my laptop sitting on my legs. So, if you ever see it at a lower angle, like it's pointing up just a little bit more, that's why. But when you see it like this, where I'm talking more straight on, then this one I have it on the box. And then over to my left, if you're watching it, it'll be to your right, probably. To my left, when I'm prepared, when I actually take the time to do some prep work, to my left is where I'll have my my whips that I want to talk about, and then usually kind of in front of those, next to those, is where I'll have my any new haul that I've gotten in. And then as I talk about it, I just kind of throw it back over there. When I'm not prepared as much, you see me kind of looking over on this way. I think you've seen it in a video or two. I'll just have my bag sitting next to my bed, and I'll just pull my whips out of the bag as I talk about them. So, and then I'll still have my haul over here on the bed. But that's pretty much it. It's nothing fancy. Just my laptop on a box in front of me on my bed. Question 2, how did you come up with your channel name? I originally, when I got an account on YouTube years and years and years ago, I connected it to Google. So it was just listed up under my first and last name. And I continued, and when I started doing videos last year, that's how I started. But I hate my name. I hate my name. And I try to use it as little as possible. So I thought, and even in, I think in one of my videos right before, not long before the change, maybe a couple of months though, I think in my past videos I made a comment about everything I have, it seems like everything always has cat hair on it. So, even my whips, no matter how hard I try to keep them covered up and, put them away in bags and stuff, my grime guard, if I'm sitting at home and I have my grime guard on my project that I'm working on, I'm still, somehow it's coming off my clothes, it's coming off my bed, fabric catches stuff. So, it just seems like everywhere I go there's cat hair. And that's why I changed my channel name. That's why I kind of changed it to Covered in Cat Hair. And it's still kind of written out like a first name, last name, because Google, once you connect your YouTube account to Google, there's no going back. You can't undo it. And there's only like a first name, last name style. So you kind of have to limit it to that. So that's why I changed my channel name to Covered in Cat Hair, because it seems like I always have cat hair all over everything. No matter how hard I try, it's like there's always cat hair around everywhere, and I only have one cat. So, go figure. Number 3, when did you post your very first video to YouTube with the Flosstube / stitching intentions? My first video, my Flosstube anniversary is coming up in a month. It's coming up next month in August. I have been posting for 11 months. My first video was on August the 17th of 2015. So, I can't believe it's been a year. It's been 11 months. Hopefully with my Flosstube anniversary video, hopefully I can do a giveaway. I will take suggestions on what y'all like in giveaways. I kind of want to do more than one, but it depends on how money is. Question number 4, what do you use for your videos? I.e. camcorder, laptop, phone, etc. As you can see in the picture that I posted earlier, I use my laptop. I have used my iPad in the past, but it became too annoying, so I went back to my laptop. It's just easier. Do you record onto video software or directly onto YouTube? Generally, I will record onto video software, because you get more editing options. Normally, like what I'm doing right now, and with most of my videos, unless I know in advance that I'm going to have to look up something, generally I will record it straight into the webcam and then open it with Movie Maker and edit it in Movie Maker, save it under the YouTube setting, which I believe is MP4 or M4A. I think it's MP4, and save it under the YouTube setting, which it saves it in an MP4 format, and then go into YouTube, and then where it says upload, click on the upload arrow thing, and then select file, and then upload it that way. So that's how I do it, and I've actually thought about doing kind of a walkthrough of how to do the videos, recording, and the editing, a little walkthrough of editing software and stuff like that. I've also thought about doing a kind of a tutorial on that, but I don't know. We'll see. But that's how I do it. I do it under the I do it in the webcam, and then save it, edit it in Movie Maker. But when I don't, the other way I can do it is to record it directly in Movie Maker, but I don't like doing it like that because there's like a small screen. It comes up like right here, and I think you can like expand it out to full screen, but I don't like doing it that way. I don't think I've ever done it that way. I'm not sure if you can expand it out or not, but there's usually like a really small screen where you can see yourself, and I often find myself looking like over there when I'm describing things, and I don't like that. It's like, I feel like I can look more closely to the camera. Even though I'm looking at myself down here right now, the camera's up here. So I'm still looking at myself, but I'm not looking so far away from the camera. Number 6, do you edit? If so, what do you use? I just said I edit it using Movie Maker when I do it on my laptop, because I like a little bit more streamlined. I mess up too much, things happen, and I like the intro and the outro thing. Number 7, how many takes are involved in your videos, or do you just record it all in one shot? I try to do it all in one shot. Sometimes, like today, if I find I ramble too much in the beginning, I will just, you know what, stop, cut, let's try this again. And sometimes I will edit out things that happen, but generally it happens all in one shot. And that goes into question 8. If things go wrong during recording, do you stop and start or just post it? Depends on what it is. If there's some noise in the background, I will I'll just let it go. I try not to stop and start. If it's a phone call, like that it's from my work, I will just edit it out. I will continue recording, but I'll just edit it out in the editing process. Number 9, from beginning of setup to video completely uploaded to YouTube, about how long does a standard video take? Well, considering my videos are usually anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour long, takes an hour, and then I will generally let my video play while I'm recording so that I can see as I'm editing in case there's something that happens that I need to edit out. And then it generally will take about maybe 10-15 minutes or longer to actually to save the video once I'm done editing, and then go to YouTube, upload it, and it will probably take about an hour or so. So 4 to 5 hours, depending. Number 10. What kind of prep do you do? Scripts, organization, run through, or practice? None of the above. Prep work, if I do any prep work, it's only because, like with this tag question, I had to go back and look up what my last video date was. Well, sorry. I had to go back and see what my first video date was. And I actually wrote that down next to the question. Like what you see me looking down on is, since I didn't think I was going to be able to go back and look at the questions under her video, I copied and pasted them and put them under a little notepad thing on the computer, and I added Rockin Raven's question on there, and I took a picture of it. Can you see it? Yeah, I took a picture of it. God, I'm sorry if you can hear my stomach. I'm hungry. I haven't actually had anything to eat yet. I've just had coffee. But prep work, no. Any kind of prep work is just going to be, like, if I know I'm going to do a tag question, I might go ahead and write down what my answer is to a certain question, something that I know I gotta go and look up before I do the video so that I have that answer ready. But generally, with most other tag questions, I'll wing it. Number 11, do you watch your own videos once published? Yes. I'm not going to say I love myself. I'm not going to say I'm narcissistic. But I like watching my videos sometimes. It's not actually watching the video. Sometimes it's just noise in the background. But no, I will also watch them as I'm editing them. Like I just said, just to make sure. Number 12, if you could change or enhance or improve your videos in any way, would you, and what would you do? I would have like a better setup, like a professional setup. I would probably get me like an actual video camera on a tripod and have this nice little spot, maybe in the living room or something like that, with nice lights, so that like when I show fabrics or floss or anything, the colors actually come through what they're supposed to look like. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, I would want to have some big setup. I would want to have a nice spot in the living room with a video camera and a tripod and good lighting. That's it. Number 13, which is the last of Jessie Marie's questions. Share any other tidbits you might have about your own recording or any funny stories related to your channel. Sometimes I don't have pants on. sometimes I don't have pants on. And you'll never know when. Even sometimes if I have on like an actual shirt, like just a plain t-shirt or something, I might not have pants on. It might just be for the benefit of the camera, because you can only see from like here up anyway. You're going to be wondering from now on, aren't you? And finally, Rockin Raven kind of threw in her own question, and it's actually a good one. She asked, in so many words, do you change your voice in any way when you're recording? And she was like, do you soften it, accent, or do you play up your accent, or anything like that? This is interesting because I am Southern. I'm from North Carolina, and like she pointed out, she grew up in Alabama with a very heavy Southern accent. She grew up in Alabama and then moved up to North Carolina, which is where I'm from. North Carolina, generally if you're from a larger city, you don't have a very thick, like, movie type Southern accent, like, hey y'all, how y'all doing? No. We don't normally talk like that. Just me trying to, like, if I were to speak normally, I don't consciously try to change how I sound. It just happens that way. When I'm doing a video, or even if I'm on the phone, I subconsciously, apparently I take on like a northern middle America accent, or I would just do away completely with my southern. Like, it does come out sometimes, but not all the time. Like, you would know that I'm southern, because it's something that I noticed that I've done since 18-20 years ago. I was taking some college courses in broadcast and production, and there was several times where we would have to like record something on tape, like on audio tape, and it was something where they say, well, a lot of journalists will, they're taught how to speak like a mid-America way of speaking, so that there's no southern dialect, there's no accents, so that it's easier to understand, and you have this general way of speaking. I don't know if I started doing it then, but I remember doing it back then, but I don't know if I started doing it then, or if it's always been something I've done, because I've had people, because I remember people, when I first moved to the school I was going to in middle school, I changed schools in 8th grade, and it was a new school, new city, and just for like short amount of distance, but I couldn't go to my previous school. I moved cities, so I had to go to a new school. And I remember them asking me if I was from up north, because I guess I didn't have much of an accent then. I guess it just depends on who I'm speaking to, what I'm doing. But I rambled on for this long in an attempt to say I don't consciously do it, but I do find that I sound different in my videos, and even sometimes speaking on the phone, than I do when I'm just talking to people that I know. And it would be hard for me to change my speaking right now to try to show you how I normally speak, because I would be playing up my southern accent, which I don't have much one anyway. So I don't speak like this in normal everyday life. Yes, I sound different on video than I do in real life, but it's not something I subconsciously do. It's just something that I do, because it's just automatic for me. So yes, to answer that question. I do it, but not because I'm trying to. So that's the last of that questions. I will link both Jessie Marie's and Rockin Raven's videos down below. I've been trying to do some shout outs, but other than Rockin Raven, I can't remember who I recently subscribed to. I will promise I will do that next video. As always, if y'all have any questions for me, please don't hesitate to ask them below. I will get to them. If I don't get to them in the reply in the comments, then I will just answer it in the following video. So I guess that's it for today. Hour long with not much. I talk too much. I talk entirely too much, and I apologize. If I talk entirely too much, if I ramble too much, y'all please don't hesitate to let me know, because I will try to do better about not rambling so much. But I feel like y'all like me for that. I hope you do. So with that being said, I guess I'm going to head on out for now. I will hopefully see you guys next week. I think I'm coming out of my funk, so maybe I might have something to do next week. And I hope you guys have a great stitchy week. Have a blessed week as always. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.